Jerome. Hello.
Hey there, Şabînė.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Nice to see you as well. How are you right now? How are you feeling?
Um, I'm good actually. It's a little bit like I told you, I'm on my fast, on my third day of my fast, and I'm feeling good. Yeah, still 2 more days to go.
2 more days to go. And I saw
Yeah.
that you put up that in 2014 you started doing it one time a year, but in 2021 you started doing it twice a year, spring and autumn. So how did you start doing this?
Um, like in 2014, a friend of mine told me about fasting, and I knew that fasting is something good for the body, but I never had some guidance, or I never knew like what actually like the way how to do a safe and healthy fasting. And she actually showed me like a fasting program where it's like step by step everything guided, and I followed that fasting program, and I really liked it, like compared to the fasting now. And in 2014 I thought, okay, I'm gonna die because it was so heavy for my body. But now as I'm doing so many fasts, like each year, my body already knows, and I know my body, like the whole process. And in like 2021, I decided to do 2 fasts, actually going with the cycle of nature, and like in springtime to do like renewing of all the cells, and yeah, my body refreshing everything, the energy, and in autumn as well. And yeah, feels really good.
Awesome, awesome. And I know that you're always so energy conscious, very energy intuitive, very energy attentional. And like last time we talked about energetic embodiment and your
Yes.
definition of embodiment with that energy. And it feels like you're still embodying that today. And so you would say that with each time that you fast, you feel that it gets easier and easier since your body has kind of learned it by now?
Yes, definitely. Like the first time, it was really wild to show the body that it's also possible to not eat and still survive, and also to hold myself in a yeah, in a safe way to go for it. Like that, I can make it. Like it's, I feel it's a lot of strength what you master inside, like definitely mentally as well, and energetically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because Şabînė, what would you say would be the mentality in that reality when it comes to fasting? Because like you said, it's sometimes wild for the body to come to the understanding that you
Mm.
can survive and even thrive, without
Yes.
any food, without any solids in your system. But what about your mind? How do you get your mind and your body in unison, in
Yeah.
alignment?
Um, it's really interesting because yeah, compared to like 9 years ago, I was struggling a lot with, like, a lot of emotions came up, and I wanted to run away from the pain what came up, what showed, and also the addiction to food. Like everything came up at once, and I thought, oh my God, I just want to go out of these feelings, and I actually run away of this pain. And now I see I already somehow mastered it, in that I'm like the emotions are not coming as much as 9 years ago. Like it's more, everything more settled, and trust basically. I don't, it's not 9 years ago, I was more in fear and, oh my God, what's happening? And now I trust because I know the way, I know what's coming, and it's actually good for my body. And yeah.
Wow.
And like you ask about the mental side on it, it's definitely training. Like now I don't need to do so much anymore because it's more flowing. But years ago it was really, I needed to, okay, why I'm doing this, what is the bigger picture, and where I want to go. And then when I remind myself about these bigger goals or bigger picture, then it was more easier to go through. And we found that it's not a punishing for my body, like it's actually something good for my body and for my whole system, actually.
So instead of that sense of like deprivation, instead of feeling like you're depriving, you're feeling like you're thriving, you know, you're feeling more alive. And it's interesting too, because, you know, when you're saying, like, it sounds like now that your body has been more adjusted, that you yourself are more trusting, you know, you're more trusting in that process of what you're going through and flowing through during this time. Because back then, you know, if you can say years ago when you were battling with what you called food addiction, what sort of food addiction do you feel like you were battling?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And I'm super curious now to watch, like, what is coming up, like what, where I'm holding on, or what do I need to feel well? Do I need stuff? Like, do I need something from outside to really feel well, or can I really balance myself to align that I'm happy and all is good without anything from outside? And what was your question again?
Yes, the food addictions. What were some of the like you battled?
I was like years ago, I definitely was emotional eater. So when emotions came up, from my youth, I was just like going to sweets or something. What is like helping me to calm down or to feel safe again. And of course, with the first fast, everything came up, and it showed itself that like I really need to, like, it's one coping mechanism, food, to feel safe and to actually calm down the emotions what come up. And now what I feel, I have more tools. I don't need food to calm down any emotions. I just look at it and I know it's like flowing through. The emotion is just here right now, and maybe I use tools or just like let it flow through me naturally. Yeah.
So what would you say were tools, or what were you able to utilize to kind of calm down the emotions, maybe to face your emotions or even embrace your emotions? No?
Yes. Yeah. I always thought like these kind of negative emotions, I always thought I need to put it away. I need to feel good. I need to feel light. And I was like more going away from some emotions. And now I know that each emotion has, makes sense, and it's worth to embody because it's that human experience and why we're here. And what I use when example, when my nervous system is getting like really through any situations really shaken off, then I just use some tools. Like as example, I sit down and I really let the emotion be felt in the whole body, and like support myself in like cheering myself up. It's like, okay, we can go through like through that. It's like you did it so many times, like it's manageable. And just it's also a really nice feeling to just feel it, to do nothing and just like let it go through.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
powerful. That is powerful. So it's almost like treating your emotions like a child, you know? It's like you're
Somehow,
like,
yeah.
okay,
Mm.
hey, you know, we can get through this, you know, sitting your body down and telling your body and encouraging your body, encouraging your emotions, and acknowledging them, letting them be heard, letting them be listened.
Yeah. Mm.
Wow. Wow. Did you, hey there? Shout out to the Beehive. Much love. Man, did you already know how to do this before, or did you teach yourself how to do this, or where did you learn how to do that? That sort of emotional embodiment.
Mm. I did so many courses. I'm so interested of learning and growing and yeah, knowing more. And I just participate of like in many courses. In each course, I picked my things, what I need, and I embodied it and brought it actually to my life. And at the beginning, when I look now at my life, like at the beginning, it was really difficult to embody. Like I had a lot of wisdom here, but actually bringing it down, it's another story. And I really realized, okay, knowing is not embodied. Like I really need to do the practice and yeah, walk the talk.
Walking the talk. You know, when it
Mm.
comes to the experience of embodiment and the different ways of the body, you know, seeing how it's been so useful for you and so crucial for you, why do you feel
Mm.
like, Sabine, that we are not taught this in school? Like, why is it not part of our curriculum?
Yeah, that's one of my things. Like when I gained more knowledge about these, what I think it's so important to know. Every human should know these tools to yeah, how to embody and yeah, like simple things should be told in school. Um, I was really wondering and questioning why not, like why we're learning so much in school, but it's not about these practical things. But every human, I feel, needs to yeah, to live a fulfilled life, to experience every aspect of life, and yeah. Uh, I did study educational science when I was 26, 27, and I gained a lot of knowledge how to teach and what's behind all this history of education. And yeah, I would do a lot of different things in schools, or I would teach. If I would have kids, I would probably teach them myself or do like some new schools. Like they're growing all over the world, these new education schools where they have really big focus on the personal development and yeah, about the four bodies of the human being.
Okay. And
Mm.
where would you say, you know, when it comes to also, because I know that you usher people through inner journeys and you take through inner journeys and these
Yeah.
journeys. So how have you combined, you know, your educational knowledge and allowed
Mm.
you when you're teaching others and being of service in purpose on that way? And where would you
Mm.
say that your educational knowledge helps you? And where would you say that you're able to kind of put that aside?
It was really interesting because I have a good like before and after the studies. Because I told you, I think last time I when I was 15, I went into hairdressing, and after a few years, I was teaching young hairdressers like I passed on some wisdom, but I always felt I have all the knowledge about hairdressing, but I actually have not the knowledge to how do I pass it on, like and that's why the educational science studies was really good for me, because I got this wisdom as well. So I have this both, I know how to, or basically I got the structure, and then it made like somehow a base, and then with this base, with my intuition, I create the teaching or the programs, or I co-create with people. So I think it was really, really good that I did the studies, but studies not all, I feel. It's really individual, and a lot from the heart as well, and from the intuition, and
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. So it's not always from the head, that sometimes have to come from the heart.
Yeah.
Okay. And I love what you were saying last time about the, healing through hairdressing and reminding us about our hair. Talked about the extension of our nervous system, the extension of ourselves, that our hair is really a part of who we are. And I never knew that. When I was younger, my hair was always cut short. I used to have like a bald fade. I would always be at the barbershop, and they always have clips cutting my hair, and these different hairstyles, and that was normal for me to always be cutting my hair and lining my hair and styling my hair very short. And to be honest with you, this is the biggest my hair has ever been in my life.
Oh wow!
It's never been like this ever. So
it's really good. I like your hair. It's very nice. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm embracing it, because it really feels like a new part of me that I never even really, I never even discovered. I never learned how to love this part of myself. And so learning how to love my own hair, and learning that it has, its own kind of personality, is a whole new world. So.
Yes. Yeah, hair really makes a different person, and it has, like, if you have long hair, it's like it's with you like over years and years and years. So it has a lot of energetically charge, and it's really profound what hair can do.
I don't know how true this is, Şabînė, but there were stories, like folklore legends, on even Native Americans and their connection, their relationship with their hair. And I remember about Native Americans who, had long hair and conscripted to the army, or soldiers in the war or something, and they would use them to track certain things. So I remember hearing about a certain individual that might be able to like lean down and listen to the earth or feel the ground, and they would know just how many people were coming like miles away, But then when they started forcefully cutting their hair, the ability was lost. It was like they could no longer sense or have that feeling that they could intuitively know what was over the horizon, So there were so many abilities that they had due to their hair that was no longer there. Their hair was gone.
It's amazing. I never heard about this story, but for me, it makes totally sense. Yeah, because you're giving actually a lot of wisdom, a lot of energy away when you cut the hair, and for me, it makes sense. Thank you for sharing.
Wow. So giving your wisdom away, that's very interesting, because, it brings me to mind where you might hear certain things like throughout history, when certain people would be prisoners of war or come to an encampment and then have their hair shaved, or go into the army and immediately they have you shave your hair in the army, or, it's like almost like a ritual thing. And then even in certain businesses and even in certain environments, they want you to be clean cut. They call it clean cut, you know, to have your hair cut. And it almost sounds like a form of, you know, either subjugation or subordinates, or you're kind of lowering your own awareness to be in that environment, you know?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, yeah, makes total sense.
Wow. Wow. So, you know, when it comes to passing on wisdom, because you seem very passionate about not only having wisdom, but paying that forward, passing that wisdom along. Do you feel like you find purpose passing wisdom? And is that our purpose, you feel, to keep passing this wisdom?
Yeah, but I feel if like something excites me or it feels really good, or like I should go for it. And I noticed like already 2 decades ago that I really enjoy to like embody, learn something for myself, and then if I approve it or if I feel it's like worth it to pass it on, then I really like to pass it on and support people if I can. And yeah, that's definitely one of my, if not the biggest passion what I have, like next to traveling, is learning something and then passing it on. And what I'm also really interested is the ancient knowledge. Like that's why I'm traveling a lot to these ancient places, because yeah, I really enjoy to learn about how they lived and what they yeah, what they did. And it's really really curious to know and to see how we are doing, like to just what I feel is like there's so much wisdom out there, and as well in ourselves, that we can discover and create something new. Or yeah, there's
So what would you say, you know, in this age where we're in this big information age, this big boom of all this coming through all these places, and the advancement of technology, the advancement of all these digital devices, what would you say is like some ancient knowledge that is timeless, you know, some ancient knowledge that we could benefit from even today, that you would say is not outdated, you know?
Mm. I think there's so many. Like in each theme, you can pick something out where you feel, yeah, that still makes sense. Let me just think if I can point something out. Yeah, working with nature, like being more connected to nature and really work the ground, like co-create with nature. And like ancient times, they really co-created in a more harmonic way with earth, I feel. And there's definitely a lot of wisdom in the plants and the knowledge about medicine. Like if you dive there, it's like endless, and it supports our well-being so much if we use nature and all the plant medicine to, yeah, to be more well, or how to say, be more alive. And it's like a cycle, like we taking care of nature, and nature is taking care of us. And definitely this kind of part what they did earlier years, I feel it would be amazing if we bring it back. And I see it's coming back slowly, and we are on a, yeah, amazing path, I would say. Yeah.
Nice. So you're hopeful for you see a bright future.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
Definitely. Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. You know, we have Nabiha that just said, going back to the hair. Nabiha says, my family always thought my gray hair was due to my wisdom. So people do associate hair with wisdom. What is your concept when it comes to gray hair, Şabînė?
It's very interesting because there's so many different ways of seeing it. Like society made gray hair more, okay, needs to go away, but also there's a way now that people embrace actually gray hair, and a lot of people say it's like a wisdom, because usually you get a gray hair when you grow older. And when you're old, you have so much experience, so much wisdom. So what you can pass on, or yeah, it's definitely something very special, gray hair, and yeah.
You know, this word is a lovely word, and when it comes to wisdom, there's an age-old question where it's like, what do you feel is difference or makes the difference between knowledge, experience, and wisdom? Like, where do those three things differ for you?
Knowledge is like if you learn something and you participate in a course and then you get some knowledge, and then I see it always in like the upper chakras. Here is the knowledge. And what was the second you asked?
Yeah.
It's knowledge.
Knowledge, experience, and wisdom.
Experience, I would say you experience the knowledge. Like if you are going through the knowledge and bring it into your life, then you have the experience, and as well somehow the embodiment, right? And the wisdom, I would say, if that's the energy, if you embody it completely, like you have the knowledge completely embodied, grounded, and you feel comfortable to pass it on or to share it.
Complete embodiment. Okay, okay. So when it becomes wisdom, it is now complete.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's complete, but definitely something where you can move on to the next, or yeah, definite wisdom definitely changes your energy, I would say. You're something from the old to the new. Yeah.
Who was someone like Şabînė that you would consider very wise?
But there's so many people. I would say everybody is somehow wise, because everybody brings their own wisdom into the world. So I would not say, okay, you are wise, you're not wise, because each connection I can learn something out of it, and it expands my energy, and it's the cooperation why we are here on earth, to work with each other, to enjoy life and to learn from each other and teach each other.
I agree. I agree. You know, it's one of the reasons why I enjoy these conversations so much. You know, I know that there's always something that I can learn from someone else, you know? No matter the background, no matter their upbringing, no matter their culture, their language, you know, there's always that we can transmit with each other, you know, that we can transfer to each other. And through that, I learn even more of myself through another, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
So true. Yeah.
Wow. I love that philosophy, realizing that there is wisdom that lies within everyone, and that, you know, it's not just to a few people, but all.
Yes, everybody.
Wow. Wow. So was there anyone in your life, Ina, that you considered wise for yourself, like maybe a mentor or a teacher or just somebody who impacted you in a profound way?
There's so many people. Like, I don't know if I can point somebody out. If I stay in my family, then it probably, I had a deep connection with my grandmother, and I learned a lot from her. And still, like, she died in 2013, and I still learn from the situations with her, from the wisdom she gave me. I didn't understood when I was younger, and she's actually, there's still some energy inside me, what still gives like some seeds, they're growing, and yeah, it's very profound if that I'm aware of this connection, and it's still there, although she's 10 years already gone. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. For sharing that, you know. Thank you for from your childhood, because with your grandmother, what was the wisdom that she gave you that you didn't understand when you were younger?
Oh, so many. One just came right away in my mind. She always said, when I was wearing clothes not covered, like she always said, Sabina, you need to cover your kidneys, otherwise you're getting sick. And like she was always caring about the body, that we're healthy. And when I was younger, I thought, grandma, I can wear whatever, like my body is okay. But now I know she was right. Like there are like little small things what they know, and they try to pass it on to us. And I felt, yeah, I didn't felt like that, because I needed to make the experience to really take care of my body, and not just to don't care.
Wow. Wow. She was looking out for you. So it hit you later on. Now you see what she was saying. Wow. It has more meaning for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, Şabînė. You could share with us, what was one more lesson that you learned from your grandmother? What was just one more nugget of wisdom that she gave you?
One more. Okay, in my mind. One more. Another really interesting thing was she always wanted to um, watch pictures, old pictures from our ancestors. And she asked me so many times, and most of the times I said no. Just a few times I sat with her, and she told me who is dead and who is dead, and what they, like, actually our family history she wanted to pass on. But I think I was 10, 12, 13. It was not so interesting for me. And now if I could go back to there, I would listen like with full ears. And because it's very, I feel it's very important to know about the family roots, and about our history, to also what I feel it helps, why we are like that, why we have some patterns or family patterns, and to actually clear it better, or to understand how to work through. And I feel it's important to know where we're coming from.
Definitely important, you know. And that's a great lesson for anyone to take, you know, talking about our roots. I got a picture when you were speaking, Şabînė, of like a tree. You know, there's trees outside here, and I was thinking to myself, just like as you were talking about our roots, like how, you know, the roots of the tree are underneath the tree, you know, and how you can't really see the roots, but it's like there's a whole foundation underneath there. When you can think of like the branches on a tree, there's so many leaves on the tree, and there's so much, you know, that grow, blossom, bloom, flourish. And if you could even think of like our ancestry as branches on that tree, then it's like we have no idea how connected we are with all that energy, you know?
Yeah, so true. Totally agree. And trees actually, they are such wisdom keepers, and they can, like, they show us how we are actually, like you said, with the roots, with our ancestors, and how we grow and how we flourish if we are connected or disconnected.
Wow. So you said that trees show us who we are, or how did you say?
Yeah, like trees, they root into the earth, and like us as well. Like when we when we have no roots, I feel the life is more difficult than when our roots are more deeper, because life is more safe, or more trust can flow through, and yeah, the connection with earth actually, I would say.
So the connection with earth, as well as, you know, if the environment or nature has a way with the wind around us, or storms around us, or even rain around us, that we won't be swayed this way and that. We are deeply rooted, you know?
Yes, yes.
It's
We bend with the wind, we move, but the roots are so deep that nothing can come to really unroot us, or that we are totally thrown away somewhere.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like being rooted is a form of protection, like almost of it protects by being even more rooted within that ground, you know, that you don't get blown around, you know?
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So how would you advise someone who is wondering, and they kind of feel like they've been uprooted, or they don't really feel grounded in that way? How would you advise someone to deeply root themselves even more?
There's so many tools what you can use to support your well-being and the grounding connection to earth. If somebody goes in meditation, and just a breathing technique, like breathing in into the sky, breathing down into the body, and then back into or down into Mother Earth. It's like the connection. When we actually feel it with the breath, it's an amazing feeling. And if we practice it more and more and more, it helps us. It's one tool which could help us in difficult situations to ground ourselves. Or actually, when we really need to ground, then I would only connect with the earth, like with the breath, in down to the heart, to the crystal heart of Mother Earth, breathing down and up, so that we really feel the body again, or also touching the body, that we get grounded in our body again.
Yeah. Thank you for that practice. Thank you. Thank you. I hadn't heard of that, you know, that explanation of, or even that visual of breathing down from the sky into the earth, you know, having that instrumental in that way. Because last time, you know, we talked about yin yoga, and
Yes.
you know, you told us that there were times where you did a lot of yang yoga, or hot yoga, where it was
Yeah.
more masculine energy, and that yoga was more of the feminine. So when you talk about Mother Earth, is
Yeah.
is it Father Sky, or what do you see the sky when it comes to that dynamic?
Yeah, yeah, I would say it's for the sky, the masculine, and the earth is the Mother Earth, the feminine. And yeah, I would see it like that. Or when I do my meditations and connecting, like I see the masculine and the feminine.
Okay. So there's a marriage of both. We need both.
Yes, very important. In balance.
Wow. It always comes back to balance, doesn't it? No.
Yes, so important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You remind me when you were talking about, being grounded in nature. Last time we talked about you walking barefoot on the earth,
Yeah.
almost reading the earth like a book when you're walking
Mhm.
barefoot.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel it's also one of my tools to get grounded. Like when I use a plane or after flight, like the most of the time, the first day I just go to the beach and walk barefoot or walk in the grass to really ground myself again. But not only after flight, it's like any time when I'm feeling okay, something is not it's not comfortable, then just barefoot and walking. And yeah, if you do it in a conscious way and regularly, there's a lot of magic can unfold with just walking barefoot on Mother Earth.
Hmm. Hmm. I
Mhm.
agree. No. And, oh, she wrote a beautiful quotation. I don't know if you've ever heard that. Do you see what she wrote? She said, when the roots are deep, there is no
Yeah,
reason to fear the wind. African
yeah,
proverb. Never even heard of that. That's awesome.
really nice. Yeah, really beautiful quote.
Yeah, yeah. So, would you say that barefoot walking, yin yoga, your Reiki practice, are these things you continually do even while fasting, or are there certain things that you do while fasting?
Definitely, I use all the tools what comes into my field, what I need at the moment, because especially when I'm doing a fast, I feel I need to support and hold myself, that it's yeah, that I'm still feeling comfortable, and I'm doing different kind of tools. Like what is really important during the fast, I need to be warm to really feel comfortable. As soon as I'm warm, like flows much more easier, or taking a bath, or now I'm on an island, there are hot springs. It's amazing to just go in a hot spring when you're fasting. It's like, yeah, it helps a lot, supports the whole clearing process.
It, it's like heaven on earth.
Yes, so true.
Awesome. Well, Şabînė, been amazing. Thank you for coming on, sharing your testimony, sharing your light, your love, energy with us, sharing your wisdom with us, that wisdom along, and doing it all while fasting. So this is day 3 of your fast, going on to day 5. And, you're so much more alive every time I see you. And I just really enjoy your energy, and I enjoy you being on purpose in this way. So thank you.
Thank you, Jerome. I really appreciate, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you. It's like just flowing, although it's like my body is just now with the fasting in this kind of very special state. I was very nervous and but you have the gift to ground the conversation, and I'm very, very grateful, and thank you very much.
All right.
Really appreciate your presence. Yeah.
Much love, much love. My pleasure. And until the next time, looking forward to
Yes.
again.
Yes.
All right.
To the next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.